Tamii the Tasmanian tiger, part of the Monkey Girl series. Here we go. Good morning, those of you who have had the pleasure of getting a good night's sleep and are just waking up, and welcome to your most extreme station, playing the most extreme 24 hours a day, Voodoo 103.5. I am DJ Extreme, and as I've been broadcasting, I've nearly completed the task of staying awake for 1,000 hours. And it's been a grueling 41 and a half days with only the energy drink Blue Steer aiding me in the extreme fatigue I am feeling. Blue Steer energy drink brought to you by the most extreme radio station in Wildsville, Voodoo 103.5. Now joining me for the 12 o'clock lunch beat is Alex Bear. The radio station airwaves function accordingly in all parts of the world. But there has always been some extra props, prizes, and adventures to be found for some lucky listeners. Voodoo 103.5 Wildsville radio host DJ Extreme has remained sleepless the last 1,000 hours, and the effects of insomnia and exhaustion have nearly driven him insane. Alex Bear, DJ's co-host, announces the grand prize for caller number 99 and 100. Though yet to be said over the radio, the prize is promoted as Extreme. Glued to the radio, the Armstrong family awaits for the time to come for calling the station. All are excited at the chance for the mystery prize, especially Alice. The countdown begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But blocks away at the monkey residence, Kim tells Jania to call for pizza. The station's phone rings and all the lines are busy, but both girls are told to be kept on hold until available. Then DJ Extreme answers, "Thank you for calling and congratulations, you are caller number 99, which means you are one of the lucky contestants to win the grand prize. What is your name?" Alice smiles wickedly, but only manages to scream with happiness. Ah! On the other line on hold, Jania grows impatient and nearly hangs up when, "Congratulations, you are caller number 100, which means you are the final contestant to win the grand prize. What is your name?" "Yeah, hi. I'd like to place an order. I want a large pizza with extra cheese, pepperoni, bananas." "What? What do you think this is, a pizza place?" DJ Extreme shouts. "What?" Jania shrieks. "Haven't you been listening to my show? I've been up for 1,000 hours and you haven't heard." Jania is confused. "Isn't this Jack's Pizza?" she asks. The DJ is irate and he begins ranting, and the lack of sleep has made him extra cranky. Jania hands the phone to Kim and walks away. Kim listens over the phone, calming down the DJ before accepting the grand prize, which she has barely heard of. After lunch, Jania, Kim, and Melissa head over to the station headquarters to claim the prize. "Oh, how lovely. I do hope it's a trip to somewhere nice. Oh, a getaway sounds so lovely," noted Kimberly, feeling the most excited of all. "Maybe it's a shopping spree, Mom," rejoined Melissa ever so curiously. "Hopefully money. And if so, I want at least $1,000, remarks Jania. Finally, the car pulls up into the parking lot, and the three monkeys head inside the large white building. "I'm so excited. It doesn't even bother me that it's all the way on the 317th floor in room number 789, cried Melissa as the monkeys walked up the stairs into the building with the out-of-service elevator. Upon finally reaching the hallway near the room, Jania could hear a familiar voice call to her. "Hello, monkeys." It was Alice Armstrong, along with her mother and younger sister, Ashley. "What are you doing here?" Jania alleged in a disturbed tone of voice. Soon both families were near the door. Before opening, the monkeys, Kim and Melissa, greeted their Armstrong counterparts. "Hello, Ashley," greeted Melissa blissfully. But Ashley just responded in a sarcastic tone, "Hi." "Hello, Arden," professed Kim. "Kimberly," said Arden. Then there was silence. The Armstrongs, being the only human residents in Wilesville, looked down upon the other creatures, for because they felt that they were human, they were better than everyone else. "Come on, girls, let's go inside," Kim told her daughters. "I hate them," Jania whispered as she entered the room. "So do I, dear," Kim added softly. Inside the room, both families were dumbfounded at the sight. DJ Extreme was fast asleep, face down on the desk, snoring like thunder. For a short moment, no one gestured to awaken the DJ. Then Ashley grew impatient and pounded her fists on the desk. DJ Extreme awoke, startled and confused. Oh, wake me up when September ends." The DJ slowly buried his head once more into his arms and fell fast asleep. "Hey, wake up!" Ashley shouted. Whoa. DJ awoke super shocked. "We're here for the grand prize," demanded Ashley. The DJ was barely coming to, his eyes blood red, and his hands were completely covering his head. "I don't know what they are here for," remarked Alice, referring to the monkeys. "We're here for our grand prize," answered Melissa. "So you guys are caller number 100. "Always one better than them, aren't we?" said Alice. Now, before he could doze off again, DJ Extreme handed the two families their grand prize. Both families looked to see what they had won. A free, all-expenses-paid trip to Tasmania. "Well, we get a lovely getaway vacation. Sounds lovely," said Kim. "Just what you wanted, Mom," said Melissa. "Bah! I wanted money," exclaimed Jania. "Now, Jen, settle down. We'll have a look at the grand prize," said Kim, opening the prize envelope, which read, "Congratulations, you are the winner of an all-expenses-paid trip to Tasmania, a wonderful island just off the coast of Australia. Tropical and extremely dense forests and beautiful sandy shores await. Ticket good, 1 per passenger." Kim then reached inside the envelope and pulled out 3 tickets. The tickets read that the trip was from Friday to Sunday evening. This wasn't good news for Kim. She had to work Friday and Saturday, and had no vacation hours left. "Oh, Mom," Melissa groaned sadly. "How can we go without you?" asked Jania. On the drive home, Kim said with a heavy heart, "Now, girls, there is no reason you two can't go without me. Take a friend. I'll be fine." Melissa didn't want to, and at one point stated she should just give her ticket away, or maybe they could all sell their tickets. But Kim wouldn't allow it. "Go, have fun," she said. Once Thursday came, the monkeys were set to go. Melissa was still a bit downcast because she knew her mother really wanted to go. But they were taking one of Melissa's best friends with them, Cassie Fox. "Now you two be very careful, and Jania, take care of your little sister and behave yourselves. And have fun. Remember, I want to see lots of pictures," Kim reminded her daughters. After picking up Cassie, they headed to the airport where Kim dropped them off. "You 3 be very careful and have the time of your lives. I'll miss you." Melissa gave Kim a big hug, her eyes teary, but still very excited about going to Tasmania. And before they knew it, the 3 had boarded the plane. "Oh my gosh, no way! I didn't notice these were first-class tickets," cried Jania. Now even more exhilarated, Jania, Melissa, and Cassie hurried aboard the long flight of stairs to the entrance of the plane. But much to Jania's disappointments, Alice Armstrong was also riding first class, along with her little sister Ashley, and much to everyone's surprise, Courtney Fox, Cassie's older sister. The accompaniment of the other three girls practically ruined Jania's 24-hour-long flight. But finally, the monkeys, Armstrongs, and their guests, the Foxes, arrived on Friday at 12 noon in Hobart, Tasmania. At the hotel resort, the girls unpacked in their respective rooms and parleyed on where to visit first. Jania wanted to go to Port Arthur and relax by the beach, but Melissa and Cassie wanted to visit the eucalyptic forests. At first, Jania scolded Melissa, telling her that if she wanted to, she should just go on her own, but then thought better of it, and how Mom might not be too happy should something happen. Okay, fine, we'll visit the forest trails first, but tomorrow we go to the tropics. Deal? Melissa agreed, and reluctantly Jania joined the two girls on their way to the eucalyptic forest. They took the subway and trolley buses to the end of the city. They walked for about a quarter mile until they reached a place deep in the woods, and were certain they were lost. Well, I think we're lost. Good job, Mel, grumbled Jania. We're not lost. We just have to find out where we are, claimed Melissa. But the question is, where are we? Wondered Cassie. Then a heavy wind began to gust. It was strange because only a moment ago the weather was placid. The clouds blocked the sun's rays from entering the dense forest, and for a while the breeze seemed to echo. Then everything was still. You are in Malbana, a voice softly spoke. The three girls turned fast in the direction of the voice, and there, directly in front, was a strange-looking man staring back at them. Oh, we're sorry. Are you lost too? Asked Cassie. Why no, Poppet. I'm familiar with these woods. I used to live here long ago. Who are you? Inquired Jania. Just call me WB. I was raised here in Malbana, and I must say, you three are very fortunate, you are, responded the mysterious stranger. So you know how to get to the eucalyptic forest? Asked Melissa, to which WB responded, You're in it. This is a eucalypt forest. It's amazing, no? Well, it's full of, green? Cassie stuttered. Long ago, this was a thriving farmland, and there are still farms which stand in this very day, though they are all unoccupied, untenanted. They are merely shadows of their former selves, though they hide their secrets well, said WB. The three girls stood puzzled, hanging on his every word. Oh, what a fool one can be in his youth, WB continued. And if only one could be permitted to turn back the hands of time and mend one's past mistakes. But alas, no such luxury exists. Poor little creatures. What creatures? Thought Melissa. The spirits, bellowed WB. The three girls simultaneously exclaimed, Spirits? Then WB continued, Long ago, the greatest tragedy in nature had been committed. Restless I am, for I shall always undertake in the demise of many innocents, and dare I feel one of my descendants shares my prejudice. But wait! Perhaps some may still survive, and if so, My conscience may rest yet, and I wallow in the sadness and guilt no longer. For I deeply repent and pray that I may be absolved. Jania could barely understand, and she spoke with impatience. Repent for what? That what might have survived? What are you talking about, and who are you? Then WB paused a moment. He studied the three girls in a ghastly manner, then spoke out very hesitantly. The spirits of the forest. Jania, Melissa, and Cassione gazed back as WB turned around and whispered loudly, Spirits of the forest? Before vanishing amongst the trees, WB looked back at the women. Spirits of the forest. And with that, he was gone. Back at Hobart, it was clear how the Armstrong sisters and their guests would begin their holiday from home. At the salon and spa for some manicures and pedicures, relaxing and being pampered, the three debated amongst each other where to go to next. How about the theaters? Some popcorn, sodas, and check out what's playing. Teen love affairs, suggested Ashley. Ashley, really? The movies? We could do that back home, Courtney chastised. Well, maybe we should go down to the club and find us some Aussie boys, declared Courtney. How about we go back to our rooms? There's a pool and a restaurant. We could order room service. This trip is all expenses paid, said Alice. Then a young human woman, maybe a couple of years older, chuckled at them from afar. Ha! Teenagers. Don't know what to do with their time, so they waste it. The three girls then turned to the girl. I'm sorry, are you eavesdropping on our conversation? Proclaimed Alice to the stranger. It's not eavesdropping if you're talking so loud the whole salon can overhear you, love, remarked the girl. Well, if we were speaking to you, then we'd be looking at you then, wouldn't we? Stated Ashley. Well, you got your mud pies on me now, Sheila, said the strange girl. Who are you? Asked Alice. The name's Roxanne. I'm amused by you tourists and your indecisive mien. You're all the same, really. Oh, yeah? Well, we're just looking for something to do around here. Something fun, said Ashley. Roxanne stood up from her seat and walked towards them. Well, I could show you some fun. You're new here. I'll show you all the hot spots. The laughs me gets, the fun, even some trouble. But fun trouble. I'm a lass who lives on the edge. Not your typical mani-pedi type. Then why are you at a salon? Asked Alice. Because this bloomin' shrimp of an owner owes me a hen's tooth for cleaning out that insect kettle he calls a home, replied Roxanne. The three girls decided they would let this new, rough, tough, buff enough girl join them. She could be fun. Back at the forest, Cassie, Melissa, and Jania walked through the bush. It was still early, and there was quite a bit of hours of daylight left, so they weren't worried about much, except about not finding a way out before dark. They hadn't walked too far before they were in an open space with hills. They walked further until they came across something very odd. A farm. Abandoned and broken down, but undoubtedly a farm. As they came even closer, they saw a name engraved on the iron mailbox head. Wilfred Batty. Wilfred Batty? How strange, said Melissa. What's so strange about it? Cried Jania. Look at the initials, replied Melissa. What about 'em? Jania, the first letters of each name. Melissa was interrupted by a rustling noise coming from the bush. "What was that?" shrieked Cassie. "Shh!" Melissa tiptoed in the direction of the sound. The noise grew louder and closer. "Spirits of the forest," shivered Cassie. Melissa creeped closer and closer. And then something ran from the bush deep into the woods. Melissa was startled and stood motionless a minute, then turned to Jania and Cassie, shouting for them to come on. The three girls ran after the creature as fast as they could, not knowing which direction it came from, or the direction it was going, but following the sound of its footsteps and the rustling of the leaves. Then Melissa stopped to catch her breath. Jania and Cassie soon caught up. They were in a clearing. "Well, what was it?" Jania cried. "Shh!" Melissa tripped. Then she picked herself up and tried to hear. Nothing. "Well, thanks for the excitement," said Jania, sarcastic. "Come on, let's go." Melissa hesitated to move. But then there was that noise again. It wasn't far, and all three heard it. It was coming from behind one of the eucalyptic trees. Melissa approached slowly, peeked from behind, and saw a strange creature with a long snout, long body, long tail. It looked like a reddish dog, but it had stripes. Melissa didn't know what this thing could be. Jania and Cassie soon came by to check it out. The creature turned its back. It was eating something. Melissa then slinked silently closer and then cried, Excuse me." The creature looked up at Melissa, its brown eyes fixed on hers. The poor creature was so afraid, but had nowhere to run. "Back off!" it cried. "Hey, calm down. I'm not going to hurt you." "Are you okay?" Melissa asked. The creature studied Melissa a bit, sniffing and eyeing. "Who are you?" asked the creature. "I'm Melissa, a monkey, and we're visiting here." "We?" "Yes, we. My sister and my best friend." The creature then spotted Jania and Cassie. "Oh no! I let you three see me?" "Oh no, my mom's gonna kill me," she said. "Mom? You have a mom? There's more of you?" asked Melissa. "No, no more. Just me. Oh," the creature sighed nervously, playing with her hair. "It's okay. We want to be friends." "I just thought you were lost too," said Melissa. No, I'm not lost. I was just getting something to eat," replied the creature. "Oh, I see. Well, like I said, my name is Melissa, that's my sister Jania, and this is my best friend Cassie Fox." "What's your name?" Melissa asked. The creature didn't answer. She was very shy and nervous. Jania and Cassie then came closer. Cassie smiled and waved politely, while Jania stood with a confused look on her face. "You guys aren't going to hurt me, are you?" asked the creature. "No, of course not. I just thought you needed help," replied Melissa. "Tamii," said the creature. "Huh?" the three thought. "You asked my name. My name is Tamii," said the creature. "I'm a thylacine." "Oh, a what?" said Jania. "A thylacine. A Tasmanian tiger," Tamii said. But the three only looked at her in perplexity. "What's a whatever?" "A thylacine. And it's what I am," said Tamii. "And that's a real animal?" asked Jania. Tamii giggled. "Well," she touched her shoulder and her face, "I'm real." Okay, so you know how to get out of here? Asked Jania. Oh, yes. I have been around this forest many times, said Tamii. Ah, and do you live here with your family? Asked Melissa. Family? Well, hey, how about I show you three the way out? Tamii changed the subject. The three girls nodded, but Melissa still wondered why Tamii wouldn't answer her. Still, she decided not to intervene in another's business. The four girls walked on, talking about many things from the weather to the sights. Say, have you been to Port Arthur? Is the beach nice? Jania asked Tamii. I've never been there, so I'm sorry, I can't answer. Then Melissa questioned, Tamii, how long have you lived here? All my life. I've always been very adventurous, but well, some things I can't say. Then Cassie tripped over something. A rope had clasped itself around her leg, and the rope stretched tightly. Before everyone knew what had happened, Cassie was hanging upside down from a tree branch. Help me! Get me down, she cried. Cassie, how did you get up there? Exclaimed Melissa. I don't know, just get me down. Jania and Melissa wondered what they should do. Then Tamii began bouncing, and with a giant leap, she jumped high in the air, and her jaws opened wide, and then, snap! Tamii bit the rope and set Cassie free. Jania and Melissa were in awe at the fact that Tamii could hop higher maybe than even a kangaroo, and her jaws opened super wide, so that it had to be the largest gape they had ever seen. Are you okay? Tamii asked Cassie. I'm fine. You saved me. Thank you, replied Cassie. What was that? Jania cried. A trap, said Tamii. A trap for what? Melissa wondered. I don't know exactly for what, but I'm sure I know what species created it, said Tamii. Who? They all wondered. Well, you see, I know stories of a type of creature that hunts and uses unusual devices such as this one to catch things, said Tamii. You mean humans? Asked Jania. Yes, they are dangerous. I've never seen one, but I've heard that they're hunters of all living things. Well, I don't know about hunters, but the ones I know are stupid, remarked Jania. Tamii paused as if in shock. You know a human? She asked. Huh, I know more than one. They're all disgusting, trash-talking, conceited, rude beasts. But harmless, nonetheless, expressed Jania. Is everything all right, Tamii? Cassie asked. I'm good. Yeah, come on, let's go. And the girls continued to walk until they came across the end of the eucalypt forest. Oh, at last we're out of there, alleged an overjoyed Jania. Melissa noticed Tamii was lagging behind. Melissa turned to walk towards her. Thank you for showing us the way out. We really appreciate it, she said. You're all very welcome. I had fun, added Tamii. So, do you want to hang out sometime? Asked Cassie. Yeah, it would be fun. We can all be friends and do things together, claimed Melissa. Jania added, yeah, I gotta admit, I wouldn't mind it either. So what do you say? Tamii stood motionless a moment, and then smiled. She didn't know whether or not she could trust the new girl she had barely met, but sensed nothing wrong. I'll see. Maybe someday we can. Sure. If you're ever in the forest again, probably, uttered Tamii. Melissa noticed that Tamii would not come out of the shadows of the trees. She remained there as if hiding. Well, we'll see you again. Bye, and thank you, said Melissa. Bye. Be careful, said Cassie. See ya, cried Jania. Goodbye, friends, Tamii replied softly. Then, as Jania and Cassie were out of sight, so too Tamii began making her own way back home. She came across a giant eucalypt tree, studied her surroundings carefully so that she was sure that no one could see her, and then crept inside the hollow bark and closed the door, locking it. Back at the hotel, the three girls couldn't stop talking about their new friend. "She's so cool. Did you see how she jumped so high to save me?" declared Cassie. "I know, and man, she opened her mouth big," professed Jania. "Yeah, she's incredible, but she seems very secretive." "Did any of you get that feeling? Like she was hiding something?" stated Melissa. "You know, now that you mention it, she never did tell us if she was the only one of her kind or anything else." "Don't think..." Jania began talking, then stopped in mid-sentence. "What?" "Well, earlier, that strange human we met in the forest. He seemed odd. Like if he was, a ghost?" cried Melissa. "Yes, and he mentioned something about other ghosts, too. Or spirits." Wait. You don't mean to tell us that Tamii could be a ghost?" alleged Melissa. "A spirit of the forest," declared Cassie. Back at the forest, safe in her burrow, Tamii helped her mother care for her younger siblings and her father prepare dinner. Eating peacefully, Tamii couldn't get her head around the new creatures she had met. They certainly were strange, but somewhat interesting. Her mom noticed her daydreaming and decided to call her back to Earth. "Tamii, dear, your food will get cold before you take your second bite," she spoke. I'm sorry, Mama. I was just thinking about..." Tamii stopped, for she knew she couldn't say what had happened, for it would frighten her family. A dream I had," she lied. Mama raised an eyebrow and Dad looked suspiciously. "What?" Tamii grunted. Tammy's baby sister, Tabby, giggled as she splashed her hands in her food, then pointed to her, saying, "Tamii sneaky. Tamii go upsies, where Mommy say no." Tammy's mother gasped, and her father grunted. "Tabitha!" Tamii shouted at her baby sister. "Oopsie," Tabby whispered. Tammy's mom wasn't very happy. "Tamii, did you go outside of the den? Into the forest?" she demanded to know. Tamii uttered yes very softly. "What have we told you about going outside? Don't you know you could have been seriously injured?" screamed Mama. "Now, Terry, calm down. She's all right," Dad said, trying to calm Mom down, but it didn't work. "Nigel, how many times has she been forbidden to creep out of the safety of our home? She doesn't listen." Tamii took a deep breath and decided she better let her parents know that she also met some creatures earlier this day. When she did, Terry nearly fainted, but she came to just in time to lecture Tamii once more. "Tamii, we love you, and we fear for you." But why?" asked Tamii. "We've told you 1,000 times why. Our kind is not respected by the outside world. I've told you many times how those evil humans nearly extinguished us years ago. But Mama, they weren't humans. They were just regular animals like us," added Tamii. "That doesn't matter. Don't you remember I told you how long ago, when the humans began hunting us, the other animals mocked us and claimed that we were inferior, just as the humans said? Remember your great-uncle Benjamin, who was caught by the humans and forced to live and die in the zoo, tortured, lonely?" Tamii nodded hesitantly. She feared her mother was right. "Tamii, stay down here. Don't trust these creatures, whatever they are. They are not good animals." They're not your friends, her mom told her. Tamii responded sadly, Yes, Mama. In her room at night, Tamii feared her mom's warnings and wondered sleeplessly, what if they aren't good creatures? What if she could only trust her own family? Should she ever even think about leaving the burrow again? Is this why all the remaining thylacines hide in the underground tunnels like her family does? The next morning, Jania, Melissa, and Cassie awoke early and headed to Port Arthur, which was, at best according to Jania, an attraction. After lunch, Melissa insisted they go back to the eucalypt forest to meet up with Tamii. They all agreed and headed out.